Welcome to the Parsha Perspective. Each week, we will delve deep in a weekly Torah portion to find a practical and insightful way to enhance your daily life. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Shalom Yamini. Each week, we will look into the weekly Torah portion to find inspiration that will complement your daily life and intensify your connection to God. This month of the Parsha Perspective is being sponsored by Anonymous in honor of the Jewish people and the land of Israel. May Hashem protect our soldiers, and may the Jewish people only experience success, health, and prosperity. If you or someone you know would like to sponsor a month of the Parsha Perspective, please contact us at our Facebook page, The Parsha Perspective. This week's Torah portion is Shemos, the first Parsha in the book of Shemos, which has a story of enslavement and exodus of the Jewish people from the land of Egypt, and the miraculous journey to get the Torah from Har Sinai. Our Parsha begins by giving us context to the Jewish people's situation. Yosef and all his brothers have passed on, and the pasuk says, "Vayakam melech chadash al Mitzrayim asher lo yadas Yosef," that there was a new king in the land of Egypt who did not know of Yosef or of his accomplishments. As the Jewish people started to grow in numbers, Paro began to feel threatened by their size. So he started an initiative to destroy them, first by enslaving them, to break their character and positive state of mind, and then by forcing them to throw their newborn baby boys into the Nile River to die. Yocheved, the daughter of Levi, had a son. Fearing that he would be discovered and killed, wrapped him up in a cloth and put him in a basket and set him afloat on the Nile River. Batya, the daughter of Paro, went out early that morning to bathe in the river. When she heard a faint cry of an infant from a basket that was afar, she stretched out her arm, which miraculously grew, and took hold of the basket. Upon seeing this little baby boy, she instantly understood that this baby boy was Jewish and was in the Nile River because of her father's evil decree. Miriam, Moshe's older sister, who was watching him from afar, approached the princess, offering her to get a wet nurse for the baby, and came back with the baby's mother. Yocheved took Moshe to nurse him, but when he came of age, she brought him back to the palace to be raised by Batya. This amazing story begs many questions, but the primary one is, why did Batya stretch out her arm if she knew that she could not reach the basket? The human eye, in conjunction with the brain, can measure distances. We use this feature every single day, from driving our cars to typing in our computers. We use hand-eye coordination, which tells us how far an object is, and how much effort we need to use in order to reach it. Moshe's basket was located many yards away from Batya in the river. Realistically, she knew that there was no chance for her to actually reach out and take the basket, and yet she still tried. What compelled her to stretch out her arm to grab something that wasn't possible to get a hold of? The Talmud relates that Batya set out that morning to immerse herself in the Nile River to complete her conversion to Judaism. It was then that she heard a distinctive cry of an infant and saw a small basket floating along in the water. She stretched out her arm to reach it. Already, her Jewish soul had begun to guide her. Although her conversion was not yet complete, she had immense trust in God to bridge the gap between reality and her potential, that she was to nurture the most influential person in the Jewish people's history. And because she did the maximum of what she was capable of, she did all that was possible on her part. Leaving the rest up to God, he stepped in to do the rest, bridging the gap to achieve the unimaginable. As a reward for her trust in God, we call Moshe by the name given to him by Batya. As the pasuk says, "Vatikra shmoi Moshe, vatoimar, ki min hamayim mishisiu," that she named him Moshe because she drew him from the water. And later on, when God called out to Moshe from the burning bush, he used the name Moshe, cementing her place in Jewish history. We are introduced to a woman simply known as Bas Pari, the daughter of Pari. But once she overcomes an impossible challenge and taught us ways to overcome them, she is referred to by her real name, Batya, the daughter of God. In our daily life, we often find ourselves in situations that appear impossible, well beyond our reach, and in many cases they are. However, even under such circumstances, we should not despair. We should never give up on a challenge before we try, before we start, before we invest any of our effort. The way to approach seemingly impossible challenges is with our best shot, extending ourselves as far as we can. And if we unfortunately fail, we must learn from that failure and realize that you are now more susceptible to success than ever before. There's a great quote that I once heard. Only those who dare to fail greatly can ever achieve greatly. Have a great weekend and a good Shabbos. Thank you for tuning in to the Parsha Perspective. Check out our website, theparshaperspective.com. Send thoughts and comments to the Parsha Perspective at gmail.com. Till next time, thanks for listening.